And that is all that we have to talk about specifically about umbrellas and excess liability. Now we get to talk about residual markets, which are those markets that assume risks that are unacceptable to the general market. Most of these you can't sell, but you may have to have some association with them, and that's why we will be tested on this in the initial licensing. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Texas Fair Plan Association. FAIR is an acronym that stands for Fair Access to Insurance Requirements. The TDI is going to look at underserved areas and assign these underserved areas designated by zip code the special protections for the Fair Plan options. Typically, these are going to be blighted or areas in decline. And to qualify for the Fair Plan, you have to have been declined by carriers at least twice, or there has to be no insurance on the property within the last 6 months. If you're accepted under the Fair program, there's $1 million in dwelling coverage and $500,000 for personal property coverage. The TWIA program would not be eligible under the Fair Plan, but the Texas Department of Insurance already knows that, so they would not assign any of the zip codes in the TWIA area to these Fair Plan zip code designations. Speaking of Texas Windstorm Insurance Association, TWIA, these are going to be for coverage for people that can't find private coverages in the first tier counties. This would be all those that are along the Gulf Coast of the Gulf of Mexico, all the way from Matamoros to the Louisiana border. So the association for these is made up of all the property insurers that are authorized to transact property insurance within the state, and therefore they all have to participate. So one thing to note about a TWIA plan, this is what we consider to be a contents, not personal property policy, meaning that it has to be physically inside of the domicile in order to be covered. So normally under personal property coverages like dwelling and homeowners, you can have things in the near vicinity covered.